I'm a funeral director and a life celebrant. So what I do is I take care of the people who can no longer take care of themselves. I'm currently under training for embalming training as well. What I aim to do in this contest is to help professionalize this funeral industry, to let Singapore see a different side of a funeral industry.
This beautiful lady surprises many with a close association to death. A subject taboo to most people, but to Jolie, death just makes her live even harder. Sounds like a Japanese actor Masahiro Motoki in the movie Departures. Get to know more about Jolie's work in her interview with Razor TV.
What's the toughest part of your job then?
One of the challenge, I wouldn't say tough, but I would say a challenge, is initially when my dad passed away and we have to take over the business. Being woman in this industry was one of the challenge because this is a very male-dominated industry. So what we experienced initially was people were skeptical about who we are or who we represent. But over the times, since my dad has passed away 7 years ago, it has really helped a lot because we are very much more in a service-oriented industry. We care about how family feels and we want to help them grieve, have a better grieving period. One of the lady that, a little kid, she's only 11 years old when she passed away with leukemia, and when she passed away she was biting her tongue and there was like blood running down the side of her mouth. So what we did was to make sure that we clean it up, all right, and washed her, put her in a fresh set of clothes, and put her tongue back so that we have a proper mouth closure for her. And after that, the parents were so happy because initially they couldn't even speak to us. They were so distraught with what they see because they thought that their daughter probably had suffered a lot of pain when she passed away. So, seeing that look on their family face is really fulfilling, very fruitful. It helps me to realize that there's so much that we can do and help families.
Jolie chanced upon the death care industry because of the unfortunate death of her father.
If I may ask, was your dad's death a traumatic experience for you?
He was unexpected, I should say. He was only sick for about 2 months and then he passed away very near the Chinese New Year. So I wouldn't say traumatic, but it's more heartbreaking because, just at the end of the 2 months that he was leaving was the best time that I had with him because that was the only time I was so close to him ever. So it took me a while.
Death is always very painful for a lot of people. So how do you deal with that? Do you get depressed yourself when you look at other people's pain?
Actually, no. I wouldn't say that I get depressed, but I rather say that there are a lot of things in life that you should be doing when you're leaving instead of when someone passes away and then you start to regret for not doing those things. Because we don't know when we will return to our Creator, right? So what we need to do is to really live every day that way. I'm sure there are some family who have gone through that pain, and it's also so important for the funeral directors to make sure that they can say their final goodbyes so that they have closure in their life, and that's the key point because a lot of times it's not offered to them, and if that's the case, sometimes they can't have a proper closure. And who knows, alcoholic or drug addicts, it could be due to unresolved griefs, right? So we don't know that, but along the way what we want to do is to be more service oriented to the family, help them out. If there's anything we can do, we really want to go all out to help them with. I think closure helps a family or even for ourselves to know that this is the end of a chapter. Let's welcome a new beginning, a new chapter to our lives. Yeah, and it doesn't mean that when a person passes away, he's gone forever. It doesn't end a relationship. So I think that's the key point that people start to understand.
What do you think is the most inspiring thing that you could give to people?
I always believe in living life to the fullest, and because really through the eyes of death, one truly lives. So I live by 4 things in life every day. First is to say thank you to the people who have helped you, to say I love you to the people that you love, to say I'm sorry for the people that you have hurt, and also ask for forgiveness for those people that you have, who you may have hurt. So that to me, I hope that it will be an inspiration for people to live life. Don't bear grudges. Life is short. It's not about the length. It's really about how fulfilling, 多么充实 that you live your life. So hopefully this message gets across to people and start living instead of working so hard. Really enjoy life, enjoy your family, enjoy your loved ones.
Coming up, cool and suave auditionee Mark Anthony tells us how he established his own spa business.